let us now understand through this video the functioning of kidney, that is how it is regulated. So there are various components which bring about the normal functioning of kidney. Kidney, as you know, helps in filtering out the impurities from the blood, mainly the nitrogenous waste which are excreted out. So here the mechanism or the regulation of the function of the kidney is brought about with the help of three components: hypothalamus, juxtaglomerular apparatus, that is the renin-angiotensin mechanism, and also the heart. So there are three factors that help in bringing about the proper functioning of kidney. The entire system of regulation of kidney is known as hormonal feedback mechanism, because here the hormones play very important role. Now let us one by one try and understand that how each part functions. So first let us talk about the hypothalamus. How hypothalamus is playing an important role. Now, the hypothalamus is actually present at the base of the brain and is near the pituitary gland. It is a very important. It is playing a very important role. Now, the hypothalamus has Osmo receptors, and these Osmo receptors are sensory receptors. That is, they are sensitive to the amount of water. So it has the Osmo receptors, which are sensory receptors. These are sensitive receptors, and their sensitivity is towards the water, amount of water, and can detect changes in the blood volume. Then they can also detect changes in the body fluid volume. And also ionic concentration. So they are sensitive to these things. Now, in case when we talk of the role of hypothalamus, actually what happens is, if there is an excessive loss of fluid from the body, so excessive loss of fluid from the body. Now this activates the hypothalamus. When we are talking of hypothalamus, we are also talking of Osmo receptors. So it activates hypothalamus, that is also the Osmo receptors. Now this stimulation of hypothalamus causes the feeling of thirst, because a lot of water is lost from the body. This causes the feeling of thirst. The person feels thirsty, and at the same time antidiuretic hormone, that is ADH, and vasopressin are released. Now, these are actually released due to the stimulation of the hypothalamus. and they are present, these two hormones are actually present in neurophysis. 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 And therefore are also known as neurohypophyseal hormones. Now, they are present, actually this is neurophysis is present in the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland, and it stores anti-ADH and vasopressin. Now, as a result of the release of ADH, the effect of ADH is effects. What are the effects? It causes reabsorption of water, from the tubules. As a result, more concentrated urine is produced because the water is retained within the body. It prevents diuresis. That means it is the amount of the production of urine is decreased. Then third important thing, it constricts and dilates. It depends upon what it is. It can constrict or dilate the blood vessels. Now, when the blood vessels are constricted, the blood flows with great pressure, and when it is dilated, the blood pressure is reduced, thereby affecting the GFR. If the constriction takes place, then there is an increased GFR. The constriction will cause increased GFR. Whereas dilation will cause reduction in GFR. Now, we know that if there is a change in the GFR rate, the production of the urine is also affected. Now, another case can be there is an increase in the body fluid volume. An increase in body fluid volume. That means the body is having excess of water. So when there is an excess of water, this will cause switching off of Osmo receptors. And this will suppress ADH production. And when ADH is not produced, obviously the amount of the urine produced will be less, and its effect will be production of diluted urine, and second, it will result in large amount of production of urine. Large amount of urine will be produced. So this is how the hypothalamus functions in regulating the blood, that is the formation of the urine. Now, the second important part which is being played is the renin-angiotensinogen mechanism. That we'll study in the next video.